And we're back here on Collections by Michelle Brown, and we are talking with Senyah Haynes. And last year, we were talking, I said, 50, they were going to spin the globe and they were going to go see the states. And I'm like, 50 states, oh, that's a lot of books, But, you said, you were thinking about how you were going to do it. And, you told me that you had already been working on Arizona and, let me think. I've got it. Well, I can't remember the other one.
Arkansas.
Which I can't. Arkansas. You're working on Arizona and Arkansas. And so, at the beginning of the year, of course, it crossed my mind, like, I wonder where she is with her books. And Eddie, God bless her, Eddie said, guess what? And I said, what? So she's almost there. She's getting ready to launch these. Now, this time last year, you were going to go through the libraries to do the first 2 books. Your second 2 books, you're ready to go. How are you going to launch them?
That would be a surprise to me, too, because I have outsourced that entire process to Eddie. And God bless folks who believe in you and want to assist in your dream, okay? God bless dream co-signers. So, again, just like with the illustrations, it's like, yeah, I'm a visual artist, but no, I'm the writer here. Someone else illustrates. Like, I'm also taking him up on his gracious offer to do marketing and different things. And so we actually have a meeting next week to come up with what we actually want the launch to look like, especially since Black History Month is coming up. But my main focus is, getting the inventory, and so that when the marketing and the launch happens, I have products to ship. So so we'll see, Michelle. We'll see.
So, which came first, Arkansas or Arizona?
Arizona.
I'm thinking Arizona. Okay. And what was special about Arizona? I know that in Alabama there are a lot of historical references. What did you look for these other 2 books? Was it like, I don't know, Black history in Arizona. I'm sure there's something. When I think of Arizona, I think of the Grand Canyon. And but how are they the same, keeping on the same path as the first 2, and how are they different?
Well, they are the same because the impetus to travel is the same. We spun the globe, and this was the next stop. They're the same because Auntie Yaya is the one guiding her through each adventure in each book, and kind of narrating and giving her context. They're different because in Arizona, I've introduced another character who helps with the narration, and also that character happens to be Navajo, so I've introduced another culture as well. And I thought that was important because though I center Black stories and Black culture, I do want to uplift any other marginalized story or voice that makes sense for the region or the time. And so I know in Alaska, I kind of allude when she spun the globe, and it's like, oh, okay, Arizona's the next place. Auntie Yaya said, oh, well, I'll have to call my good friend Mona since we're going to Arizona. And so cue Mona. And so in Arizona, that's actually their first adventure. They go visit Mona, and it turns out that when Auntie Yaya was a little girl, her parents took her to the reservation, and that's where her and Mona became friends. And so now she's bringing the next generation, and Mona is able to tell her own story about her people and the land. And so Jayla is able to get that source, that information from the source firsthand. And I like that because as important as I feel it is for us to be able to tell our own stories, if we're there to tell them, which is why it's important for us to be at the table, be in the room, I certainly believe the same for other cultures. So I didn't want Auntie Yaya to kind of co-opt that moment. And so Mona is telling Jayla herself about the Navajo, about the DNA, and about their land and how they were moved to that land when the early American settlers took their land. So that's a history lesson that Jayla learns, and I like it because, again, it's another culture. And I was very, I treated that with kid gloves. So when I was doing the research, I remember calling Arizona. I was looking for an indigenous, I called the libraries. I was looking for an indigenous librarian who I could talk to and kind of interview, get some information, ask if I was writing things in the correct way. I actually, in one of the earlier versions, I had a DNA phrase that I was going to put in, but I took it out. Even though I got it verified that was correct, the reason that I took it out was because it was not the American English palate would not easily be able to pronounce it. So I was like, I'm not trying to like complicate it. So I took that out, but that's the level of detail and method that I used in trying to present someone else's culture. I definitely went to them